Part 3. Today's the day. January 26, 2017. I left after 7 years of narcissistic abuse. Mental, physical, verbal, emotional, financial, spiritual abuse. All of it. And I recapped, if you haven't watched already, part 1, part 2, and today's part 3. So I'm going to share with you what happened on this day. I had my bags packed, and my friends were coming at 10 a.m. to get me. And, his mom had left for work that morning, and it was just me and the kids. And I packed up the rest of the stuff. I took pictures of the house just so I would, protecting myself. Because I knew, I mean, he had told me straight up, if you ever leave, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after for you, and I'm going to take the kids. And it's not just me, it's my mom. She's going to come after you. And we're going to come with an army. That's what he told me. That's why I didn't leave for so long. I knew that. And he did. Everything that he told me he was going to do, he did. But here's the thing. Love always wins. Love and peace and joy. At the end of all of this, love will win. And when you hold that in your heart and you make bold moves with that love and courage, again, magic happens. So I took my brave spirit and I left. Those mamas rolled in deep, 4 cars, 3, 4 cars. I had to, just in case they were to come back early or anything, I was in and out within 10 minutes. And I packed me and my 3 kids up, and we moved back in to my parents' house, my old bedroom, all 4 of us, when I grew up, right? And we stayed there for a year, and I had, made a deal with my parents. They would let me stay there for a year. I mean, I was looking at shelters, you guys. This was not the first failed relationship under my belt. My parents were used to this. And I just felt like such a failure. 30 years old, 3 kids, 2 baby daddies. Who's going to want me now? Kind of thing. I wasn't working. It was bittersweet that I wasn't working. I did get to be with the kids the whole time, which I'm so grateful for. And I know that was on purpose. I know everything happens not to you, but for you. And I believe that if we can look at the positive perspective of all of this, even if you're looking back on things, that have happened before and how they made you stronger, how they made you who you are today. That's a story you have to tell. And let me hurt your heart for a second. Your traumas and the shit that happened to you isn't special to you. You are not the only one who has been through it. So I think that we should stop holding that as if it's this, let that go. You're not the only one, and other people need to hear that. Other people need to know that you've been through it too. Someone's going to be bold and brave and stand up and share their story. And that's going to be the light bulb for other women, other people, anybody to say, hey, #MeToo. That's a movement. When you share your story, our stories is what connects us, and if you've been watching these 3 parts and you were, someone that was in an abusive relationship, a toxic relationship, whatever, that's your truth. That is your story. However it went down, however you perceive it, that is your life experience, and no one and nothing can take that away from you. Share that. Get it out of you. Stop putting it into your future. What happened to your past? Write it down, let it go, release it. Let your story be what defines you. On that day, I had made a decision that I am not going to let this dictate my future. I am not going to let him win. I am going to leave, and he is not going to win. I'm going to win. I got this fierce feminine energy just boiling up inside me. I had the support, I had the love, I had the courage, I was making bold moves, I wasn't sure, I was taking risk, but it was all done in love and courage and faith. And I knew that I wasn't going to be just another number, another statistic. I knew that I was going to get loud about it. I made that decision. And I'm so glad that I did. I had started going to therapy, a lot of therapy. I started getting up earlier, exercising, eating right, listening, reading, watching all kinds of self-help and personal development, from YouTube videos to articles to audiobooks and in the library books and books that friends shared with me. I was just in a constant state of learning and reprogramming my mind, getting out of victim mindset and into a responsible mindset of I can't change what happened, but I am responsible for what happens next. And I was really conflicted, you know. I was at home with the kids for 3 years. I didn't want to go back to work. That's why I was staying, you know, part of it. But I was looking around for part-time jobs. I got one 4 months after. I got a part-time job. I put the kids in a, part-time daycare. And then 9 months later, I got the full-time job that I've been with now for 4 years. Going on 3 years. Yeah. Or whatever. So I got that job September 2017, and I had left in January 2017, and it is now January 2021. You do the math. So yeah, that's kind of how I left. That's the big story. And from here out, from January 26, 2017 forward, I was committed to bettering myself every day. And even if I fell off the wagon and ate a candy bar or cried, all of the day and nothing got done, that was still a step forward. I wasn't going back. I was safe. I trusted the process, and here I am 4 years later. And I do not say this to brag or boast whatsoever. I did this. I built me. I worked tirelessly, day in, day out. Even on days that I wasn't working, I was going through the energetic emotions, if you know what I mean. So let me give you a little kind of like a timeline. On January 26, 2018, 1 year later, me and Scott closed. We purchased our first home together 1 year later. I had the man of my dreams, and we bought the home of our dreams on the day 1 year later. Tell me that's not God's work. Okay? Like, this is what happens. Timelines, that's too early. Says who? When you are taking action, when you are feeling the energy, when the emotions are moving through you, that's energy. Emotions in motion. Energy is moving, and I was in alignment and in the energy of healing, of finding out who I am, of loving myself, of learning new things. And because I did that so fiercely, so rapidly, I just attracted it like a switch. You hear I own a business now, and I'm also in network marketing. You hear these crazy stories of making 6 figures in 6 months. That's because they went hard. They made a decision and they didn't stop. You can too. When you have a pace of momentous courage, magic happens. Okay? Sure, you can go with the flow and feel things out, and slow and steady wins the race. Do whatever works for you. We're all different. just like the blades of grass and the seeds of plants and the stars in the sky, they're all the same but different. So are we. Do what lights you up. Do what works best for you. So 2 years later, I remember being with my soul sisters on this day, just celebrating freedom. And then last year, I remember hitting 5 figures in my business, having a network, supportive friends. I went to Vegas, traveling. Like, my life looks different now. I created all of this. Everything that I wanted in my mind slowly pieced itself together because I was relentless in the pursuit of what sets my soul on fire, what made me happy. And I didn't know what it was at the time, you guys. Like, this was not a perfect, 4 years here. I didn't know who the hell I was or what the hell I wanted or liked, I had to figure that out. Maybe I like soccer. I don't know. I've never played soccer, but I can now. I was free to make that decision. He wasn't going to hold me back from that or guilt trip me or blame me for taking the time for myself. So I signed up for a soccer club, played a game. Turns out it was very humiliating and embarrassing because I can't play soccer. I was a goalie with no gloves. And it was bad. Moral of the story, you have to fail to figure it out. I wouldn't know that I like yoga and meditation if I didn't try soccer first. If I didn't say, hey, that didn't work out, let's walk into a yoga studio, right? 4 years ago, I thought $20 for a drop-in yoga class? They want me to pay them $20 to lay there on the floor. What do they call it? Shavasana? Yeah, no, not me. I wanted a sweaty, intense workout. Then I'll give you my $20. Mindset. Right? That's all this is. Now I'm like, I understand the power because I opened my mind and my heart to trying new things. Because I honestly didn't know who I was. I didn't believe, in myself. I was running on borrowed belief, you guys. Definitely. So I hope this inspires you to surround yourself with people that lift you up. And even if you don't believe in yourself, but you have a fire in your belly for more, follow that. It is fierce. It will only grow more powerful the more you integrate it within your lifestyle. So here we are, 4 years later. I own Mindful Mama Holistic Wellness. I am coaching domestic violence victims and survivors, offering mentorships and workshops and retreats. And I'm a Reiki practitioner. I work with energy, healing, meditation, breath work. This lights me up. I partnered with a wellness company. I have products that I can sell. I have services that I can offer. I am learning and growing and flowing in a constant state of self-improvement. And I am creating my dream life every year. I sit down with a vision board and set goals and intentions. And I work on them. And sometimes they don't get achieved, but it's the journey. It's the process. It's the unfolding. This is it. This is your happiness. It is not a certain destination or achievement or accomplishment. When I get this, then I'll be happy. I have found the happiness in the journey, in the failure, in the success, in the bad weeks, in the good weeks. I have learned to embrace all of the stages, all of the seasons. Without death, there couldn't be life. Without the rain, there couldn't be a rainbow. We have to know that these challenges and obstacles and things that are in our life that come up, the traumas, the shit, that is meant for us to rise from, to overcome, to heal, to grow, to share, and allow other people to connect with us and know that, hey, they can too. So this is why I do what I do. it has brought me extreme joy and happiness and fulfillment, purpose and passion, and it serves other people so well. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. Thank you for watching. If you watched all 3 parts, I love you. Thank you if you were part of any of these 4 years, whether we speak now often or not. You being in my life had a radical influence on who I am now as a person, whether you hurt me or helped me. I love you and I thank you, because I could not be this person that I am today without those fears and failures, and have the success and keep striving. You know, I'm nowhere where I want to be, but I'm loving the journey. I'm loving the process. And if you resonate with this energy at all, if you're trying to get on board with any of this, send me a message. Send this to someone to inspire them as well. I'd love to talk. I'd love to share this energy with you. It is contagious. I believe that when women connect and collaborate, we become a powerhouse of unstoppable energy, and it just keeps growing. It just attracts more of it, and it's abundant. It's limitless. So this is all for you. Thanks for watching. I love you. Love and light. Namaste.